In my opinion, Star Wars Episode 9 is going to be the movie by J.J. Abrams that will stand out from the other two films in the sequel trilogy. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one of the big questions for Episode 9 that a lot of people are asking, of course, is exactly how will J.J. Abrams be able to make this movie as a movie in the sequel trilogy that will actually stay to the side away from The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens and feel like a movie unto itself that is actually quite spectacular. Now, you guys may or may not have heard about the big news just a couple of days ago that J.J. Abrams will be allowing some of the actors and actresses in order to improvise their dialogue in order to make things feel a whole lot more, I guess you could say, tangible for the overall story in Episode 9. Now, it's even all the more interesting is that apparently, alright, not only will J.J. Abrams be allowing the actors and actresses to improvise on some of their dialogue, but also have a hand in deciding certain story elements of the plot of the film as well as body language for the characters that they will play. Some actors and actresses will have the authority to have a say in how a scene should be done to make it feel more natural to the audience and make this film stand out from all the others. Now, here's my problem with this. I'm not quite sure how I feel about this. It must be directed at some of the more legendary actors and or actresses. Now, as far as, some of the cast members having a say in certain scenes, I think that this should most definitely have to do with Mark Hamill and or Billy D. Williams, the two returning legacy characters in Episode 9, Luke Skywalker and Lando Calrissian. Now, of course, the people who are playing them are alive and well, and sadly Carrie Fisher passed away not too long ago, and she will only be in the film by use of unused footage of The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. So they really can't manipulate her dialogue all too much in the way that she can do her scenes. Yes, they will be doing some rotoscoping techniques here and there, and of course inserting her into different scenes. They will be doing that. But as far as the concept of JJ and crew allowing some of the actors and actresses to have a say in how a scene should be done that they are involved in, I'm not quite sure how I feel about this, at least for the less experienced actors/actresses. One example is, of course, Kelly Marie Tran, John Boyega, and stuff like that. I'm not quite sure how I feel about, allowing certain actors and actresses having a say in how a scene should be done. I feel like that should be something directly for Mark Hamill or Billy D. Williams. These actors have been around for decades upon decades, and they're great actors in my book. So if J.J. Abrams is going through with this, I feel like it should be for both Mark and Billy. Now, looking at everything here, a lot of people have been talking about this, how the actors and everybody that's involved with this film will have a say, will have a part in the overall plot of Episode 9 and how it should be done. A lot of people are half and half on this, right? It's a big 50-50 thing right now. A lot of people are saying that this is a good idea. A lot of other people are saying that this is a bad idea, that J.J. Abrams is at least trying to make an effort in at least having some of the cast members have a say in how certain things should be done in the overall plot of this movie. Now, we heard that Mark Hamill was supposed to actually do what he wanted to do in The Last Jedi, and apparently he actually didn't get to have the opportunity. And I would love to see him have this opportunity in Episode 9 by J.J. Abrams, where Mark Hamill is able to do a scene the way he wants to do it, the way that he thinks the fans will love it. And I think that, if they let him do it the way he wants to do it, I think that's when fans will see the big difference between the Luke that we saw in The Last Jedi and the Luke that we will have in Episode 9. Whether he's a Force ghost or just a flashback, I think it's good in any case because Mark Hamill would finally be able to do what he wants to do in a movie. Now, we do know that J.J. Abrams, in The Force Awakens, he was very, very strict with what Mark Hamill wanted to do in Episode 7. He wanted him, to only do things, this way on the big reveal of the planet of Octu, strictly and only turning around and pulling back his hood. Mark Hamill wanted to do a whole lot more than that, and they didn't want to give him any dialogue, and Mark Hamill wanted dialogue. So I think it would have been cool in Episode 7, even though I do think that the ending is legendary. It's well performed and done with the music by John Williams, the Jedi Steps theme, I love it. But I think that one word or a little line of dialogue would have served as a great cliffhanger of what would have came in Episode 8 if J.J. Abrams was still involved with the second film of this trilogy. So, looking at Episode 9, guys, I gotta say one thing. I'm very mixed when it comes to my feelings here about the actors and actresses having a hand in how a scene should be done. Like I say, I'm more worried about the less experienced actors and actresses having a say in the matter, like I made an example of before, Kelly Marie Tran, John Boyega. Oscar Isaac, I can see, you know, he's more of an experienced actor, he's been in a lot of things, and he's really growing and growing. But for me, I feel like this should be applied to legendary actors. Mark Hamill, Billy D. Williams, maybe even some of the other actors that are on board that do have a whole lot more experience. But anyways, guys, I would really love to hear your input about all of this below in the comments section. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.